Morning, folks. I'm Ed Willer with Prudential, York, Simpson, Underwood, and I'm going to give you a short course in short sales simplified. It is not a difficult topic. It's not complicated. The only thing you got to remember is to be persistent. You got to be like a rat terrier in a barn when you get involved in a short sale. Okay? Now let me give you some background on mortgage companies. Come on in, Sally. Every mortgage company has 3 departments. They got a customer service department, and these are the nice folks. We're going to put a smiley face beside them, okay? And then they have a collections department, and these people are nasty, I'm telling you. So we're going to put a big frown on those folks. If you get behind on your mortgage, you get 5 calls a day from these people, and they get paid for making ugly calls, collection calls, and foreclosing on houses. That's their mission. And customer service, you get your mortgage statement, it has an 800 number on it. And if you're in good shape with them, it stays on customer service. But if you fall behind, they change the 800 number on your statement to the collections department. Now the third group they have is the loss mitigation department. And they're our friends in the short sale. And they're the ones, obviously, just by the name of it, they're trying to minimize losses for the lender. And let me give you a couple. Remember this. These departments don't talk to each other. They act like they're on different planets. And I'm going to tell you a story in just a minute. If a mortgage lender takes a house to foreclosure and it becomes REO, real estate owned, you know what that expression is, they will have gotten about 30% on average of the mortgage amount. But if they do a short sale, they're averaging 60 to 70%. So now you see why the mortgage companies like to do short sales instead of foreclosures. Foreclosures take forever, don't help anybody. But these folks don't talk. But you got to talk to these folks. Got to get in communication with them. I'll tell you what to expect. Here's the documentation you've got to have. And I'll have copies of this for you later at edwiller.com. The first thing you got to have is a broker permission letter. That's from the seller to the lender, giving you permission to talk to them on their behalf about the loan. 2 years tax returns, financial statement, that's what you own it versus what you owe. The last 2 pay stubs, if you have them, and a hardship letter, explaining to them what's going on. In fact, I just got this exact list from a lender the other day on one I've got, looks like it's going to a short sale. The broker permission letter is really important because you got to get in charge of this. You remember my rat terrier analogy? This is not a happy time for your client if you got the house on the market or if you're a consumer watching this. And a lot of us have a tendency to handle problems by ignoring them. And you can tell them this and they may not get around to it. They may just rather put that on the shelf. So you're going to have to gently prod them. You may have to sit down with them and help fill this out. But that's how you're going to get in charge of this process. Expect delays. Do not expect to talk to the same person twice, unfortunately. Sometimes you do. You may get an agent at the mortgage company who's assigned to that case, but oftentimes you'll be just talking to different people. Expect delays. When you submit information to them, they'll say, give us 3 to 5 days to get it into our system. You fax it in, it goes in a computer system. It takes them 3 to 5 days to get it ginned up. So that's what you can expect. Now I'm going to give you a war story that I handled, and it'll cover the waterfront for you. I had a house listed at $1,750,000. It had $1 million first on it, $250,000 second, and $100,000 third. So we got $1,350,000 indebtedness on this house. All development oriented. A friend of mine who had borrowed all this money for development purposes. Not just for the house. The house only about 5 or 6 years old. But the $1 million loans cost about $10,000 a month, and the market tubed, and he was gagging over that $10,000 a month. I mean, who wouldn't? So we got $1,350,000, but we're on at $1,750,000. We got 400 grand in there, no problem. The problem came 9 months later when we reduced it to $990,000, which is below the first. So we got an offer on it. Fortunately, it was with a very patient, nice agent and her husband who bought the house. And so I get in communication, I have broker permission letter and all that with the first. And we go on for about 45 days. We finally get the first approval. They say, yes, you can short sell. I'm going to tell you how much in just a minute. And so we got the approval. We were all cheering and everything. I called the lady. I was assigned one person. I called the lady. I said, well, what are you going to do about the second? She said, I'm not doing anything. You are. So then I had to start working on the second mortgage lender. But she told me, remember this, she said, offer them 10%. And I did. And they took it. But it took another about 30 days to get that one approved. The third went away. Now this is not a foreclosure, so you got to clear up all these things at closing. It was a local $100,000 third business associate of this gentleman's, and he acquiesced. He had another piece of property or something, so he went out of the way, fortunately. Okay. We had $1,350,000. The total sales price was $762,000. How about that? And we did not, when we went to $999, we didn't have approval. You don't get approval for a short sale until you produce a contract. Is that 7 minutes or? Okay. So we got it all approved. This is all the first guy. And out of that, they had to pay the $25,000 second off, plus the most important part, the commission. So if you take this off plus the commission, 6%, they've netted out around 65%. Remember that percentage I told you before, 60 to 70%? So they were happy with it. And I suspect that 10% remark may be a little deal in the industry, I suspect. She said offer them 10 and they took it. And expect delays, no telling how long. They'll tell you what to expect. You know, the board meets the first Tuesday every month. Now, HOFA, I forgot to mention this. Excuse me, back up. HOFA is, I've never seen this, I can't remember. It's affordable, homeowners affordable foreclosure alternatives. Is that right? HOFA. It's a government program to assist people in short sales, and also the HAMP program is a mortgage adjustment program where they redo the mortgage on more suitable terms. You don't have to go through HOFA, but you need to check it out for your clients because there may be a possibility of a $3,000 relocation allowance if they get into this program properly. That's all I can tell you about it. But the last lender I just talked to a couple months ago didn't know anything about HOFA. So check out HOFA. If you go to the internet and Google it, be careful. Make sure you go to a site that has .gov at the end of it. There's a lot of stuff out there for people trying to sell stuff, and you don't have to buy anything to do a short sale. Okay, so that wraps it up. I've got some information for you at edwiller.com. I got an example of a broker permission letter. Very simple. And the notes and things we've talked about. Also an address for the HOFA program that you will definitely want to check out for your clients in case they can get that $3,000 allowance. And thanks for coming. I want a special thanks to Rob Walton, one of our great agents. If you call in for me and can't get me, just ask for Rob. He's our audio visual technician today recording this. And thanks for coming, and I hope you have a happy short selling.